is feels like that my question may be answered or I missed it, or maybe because of so many questions I could not answer. At the end, I always ask before leaving, I hope every question been answered. So you can just copy paste your question again for me. I think that will be helpful for both of us. Otherwise, you just actually waited for 24 hours to get your answer. Okay. So yeah. So now coming to your question, the question is, which is the best or which is the best WordPress hosting? So it depends on many factors. First of all, the pricing. Anybody if comes to me, they always ask me that which hosting is the cheapest. Because anybody who starts a WordPress sites, but like 90% of the users I've seen, they want to test and try. They don't feel like that it will go all very long term. And if the business picks up and everything goes well, then anytime they can enhance the plan and they can improve the site and all. But anyhow, I always choose HostGator and Bluehost. I don't trust GoDaddy a lot on hosting when it comes. Not because of the technical, any of the reasons. I don't like their customer support. And HostGator and Bluehost and Hostinger also, I think. But like I trust HostGator the most. The best part of them is that they're always ready to help you. Hosting depends on how much space you have taken, and then how much you're ready to pay every year, and how many sites you want to build on every server. So this is coming, extra to the course. If anybody is thinking what we're talking, so this is one of the question from somebody. Okay. So this is not from the SEO PPC point of view. This is just from web designing point of view. Yeah. Okay. So yes, so you can do that. I want to split my screen, but I'm going to do so because I can only see your full screen when I try to Sharonda Henry. Henry, I think that could be the reason because I'm sharing my screen and your most of the screen would be covered with my part. So that could be the reason, but I'm not very sure because I am at the presenter side and I don't know how that looks like at the viewer side. Yeah. Okay, done? Yeah, great. Then it's fine. That's okay. As I said, I am at the presenter side, so I know how that looks like at my end. I don't know how it looks like at the viewer end. So the TA would have been the better person to answer this question. But anyhow, you have fixed it at your end, so that's good. If somebody else in the future faces issues, so I'll just going to route it to Henry. If anybody missed yesterday's session, so please try to watch the recording. You can see, guys, yesterday's session has come here. Okay, if you missed the session yesterday, so you can see yesterday's session is ready to be downloaded. You can easily download that. I don't know why it is not showing here. Okay, it must be here. Yeah. And attendance, for the attendance, it is saying already that it will reflect tomorrow. Like it's taking almost 48 hours, so do not be worried about attendance. I don't think in the mobile it will show. So you need to go into the LMS from your desktop or laptop. No worries, Jatya or Atishay. It is just like a link you have to keep handy somewhere. If you are using your browser, like you are using a desktop or something, so please click this star button. Click this star button. On the top, if you see the star button, I don't know how many of you know this. If you know this, it's okay. If you'll just click the star, so this particular file of me and the document I'm sharing, it will be added to your favorites. Just like it is getting. Just wait. Just a question that as a normal we have to attend 80% live class. Yes, Rohan. Absolutely correct. Yeah, so it is bookmarked or favorite, so you can do that. I don't know how you would calculate, but I think yeah, after 14 you have to attend 11, but why to miss 3? Try to attend all. Okay. If because of any of the agency, any of the reasons which are unavoidable, then it's okay. Yep. Do we have in training a WordPress on building a website or SEO? Yeah, I'll be not taking all the website designing here, but because we'll be doing the SEO live in the class, probably we'll be able to start tomorrow when I'll be finished with the keyword research and all. So I'll be making the page here. I'll be telling you a lot of plugins in the WordPress. I'll be telling few things from the designing point of view. But as I said, this is not a web designing class, but you will get a lot of things from the WordPress from my side. So you will be able to learn a lot. As I promised somebody yesterday, but on Friday evening, I will also give you the WordPress videos so that you can learn extra. So that on the weekend you can watch them and learn something extra. Okay. So I'll give you the training or on WordPress and Blogger both. Okay. Yeah. Palash saying voice issue. Am I loud and clear to everyone? If you can just type clear, CLR, loud, LOUD, anything, please. If anyone is facing audio issues, please do this. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So let's just move to the today's topic. I think we are good to go. We are almost now 21:08. So we did some basic things. I'm not repeating today what we have done yesterday. And Henry also saying not able to hear. I think it's strange because 90% of this class is saying 95% rather. I'm just going to see if everything is fine from mine. It seems to be fine. No, but I can help you. But only if you are ready to do so. And I cannot promise to everyone, but of course, I can say that if you would be ready in the future and if I would have work, so you will find lot of leads coming from my side only. You just need to be connected on the LinkedIn, and I'll share the projects. That's something which I can do. Thank you, Poonam. Okay. Good. So we just started with SEO definition part yesterday only. That was how the SEO defined basically, and I'll do that in the break. Others are already having it. You can just type Sachin Simplilan, you will find me. Sachin Sehgal Simplilan, you will find me. Otherwise, I'll share the profile in the break time or at the end. So we just seen the definition. I already explained you how that AdSense works. More importantly, if we know, because see, so nobody is very sure that how the step-by-step SEO should be done, because there is nothing given as a step-by-step sequence by Google. Google, if Google would have told everything so clearly, then everybody would have on the first page. That's why we all just do the assumptions on the basis of the guidelines have come and on the basis of the changes happens in the field of Google or in the search engine. If we are able to understand from the Sachin Cycle, if you're able to understand from the back end how Google is working, how any search engine is working, rather, what they see, what they do, how the things are managed at the SEO level. We have started SEO. No matter Google is divided into two parts, we seen yesterday, like search engine results are paid ads and SEO both. But now if I say how search engine works, so I'm telling upon the SEO perspective that in the SEO results how the search engine works. Okay, so we're just going to see the stages and what they mean by, and you will get lot of idea in just this half an hour, theoretical and bit of fundamental part that what is SEO. Okay, so I'm just going to open the presentation from the Simple Learn. I'll just tell you, you can download it from your LMS, but I'll tell you later so that you are not just into the presentation right now, because it's a long presentation and I am not a PPT guy. I generally do everything practically, and you'll see from today onwards. So do not just be into the PPT. That's why I'm not sharing it right away. I'll tell you from where you can download yours. It will be in your LMS only. Okay. So the very first thing when we talk about, and you don't have to go through the 2000 word, because it has so many things which would cover later as well from the advanced point of view. So I'm just going to give you the screenshots of the important ones right now. I'll give you everything in my notes. You'll get everything in my notes. What screenshots are important. Okay. So I'll come to that. We have not started even. Let's do step by step. Whatever has happened yesterday, you can watch in the recording, and analytics will come all together in fresh when we'll be in the last week. So you will do everything on your website. You will see your results. You will see your analysis. So till that time, I think let's just start with what we have for today. Okay. So this is what search engine. The very first line when we start reading, So that comes like a shock to anyone, to many people, that when we go on a Google and we search something and we see the SEO result, so it is not a live result. I think everybody understands live. Whatever is on the website, and that's what we're seeing. If I have just updated my page with 200 words and I have just published that page, so that is live. Okay, but after one day maybe I have just added 100 more words, and that's 300 words now, but still you are seeing the words, the count 200 from the yesterday website which I have updated. So this means that the live site had 300 words, but you are seeing something which is older, and we are just able to see from this line that this is happening actually. Okay, I don't know for how many people here this was the first timer, but now you know that on Google search engine, when you see SEO result, they are not live. Basically, they are the copies of the website. Okay, how it can be checked? So if I go onto any site, if I just go to Google, I'm just going to go on the SEO results directly. We are not running, we are not studying ads as of now. That is next week topic. So we are going to see the SEO with this, and any SEO, this and this and this, any SEO results. I'm just going to open maybe this one. So you see these three dots here. Okay, I'll be slow again. So I'm on the SEO result. I click on these three dots, and then on the right corner I see cached. The cached in a very layman term you can say saved. Okay, saved. So if I just go on the cached, so it will tell me that it is a snapshot of the page as appeared on 15th Jan, blah, 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 blah. Today we are on 18 Jan. Okay, today we are on 18 Jan. And this page was scanned or crawled, or the spider has come, or the software of Google has come on this page. You can just keep it simple right away, scanned by Google on 15 Jan. This means when I see this page here, this is not live. Okay, for how many of you this is the very first thing you are knowing? Very first time this thing is coming in front of you. That this page is not live. This page is coming as a copy from the database of Google. Okay, I'll tell you the reasons, I'll tell you why it is happening, and everything I'll tell you, do not worry. But yeah, so you should be now start getting excited for the things. That's the only reason I asked you for how many it was new. Okay, now if I just take you back, search engine do not show live results when you perform a search, but they display result on their database. Okay, to make a copy of all website they index in cache, their algorithm uses these copies instead of relying on the live sites. Now, if you would ask me, sir, why they're doing it, okay? Mohammed and Lakshman, I'll show you, no worries, but just do not be get in the habit of asking me to repeat every time. Otherwise, we're not able to finish everything on time. And I request, anyhow, I go very slow. Okay, you can just compare me with any of the other trainers. You can download any of the trainings of any of the trainers. You can ask. I always go very slow. So try to just see at the very first time only. Okay, I do not have any issues in repeating. But if every time I have to repeat everything twice, so you can just see the number of hours would not be enough for us to finish the course. Okay, now here it has come. So this is nowhere as often you should take. It is just like I'm requesting you guys rather. Okay. Okay. What are the plugins you're using? Shannon, you're going too far. Then the keyword research come, I'll tell you. Okay. We don't know what is a keyword research as of now. People doesn't know. So when the keyword research exercise comes, then the plugin and software and tools, everything will be introduced to you. Right now, we are understanding how search engine works. And at the very first point, we have seen that we are shown copies of pages, not the live results. Okay. So try to be just in, aligned with what I'm telling. Otherwise, we will not be able to do things properly, and everything will be distracted and confused. And it will going to hurt mostly you and me. Because we know things, we are desperate, but again and again repeating things will going to waste time for you and me. me and you both want to reach to that level now. Yeah, so coming to Rohan's question now. So this is basically depending on these mechanism that we have 4 steps. Okay. Generally, what happens when you upload your content, when you make a page, when you make a post, when you make a website, when you push it, so it goes for crawling. Now, crawling, what is crawling? Crawling is just a scanning. I'll explain you more technically. I'm just giving you the 4-step sequence right now in the layman terms. You have made a page, you have attached to Google, you have submitted to Google, everything will do practically. How a page is made, how SEO is done, how pushed to Google, how submitted to Google, everything practically will do. So this is the first step we have done. Now, same way, what happened? Google came to know that one page has been updated and we have pushed or we have asked Google to just scan our content. So the software starts scanning it. So I'm just naming it scanning right now so that you can understand easily. Google went there, scanned it, and just made a copy of it. We have just read. Made a copy means exactly replica. Like suppose I had 10 pages. So he had scanned my 10 pages and taken 10 pages and saved into his own database, into own server. They have a big servers, big databases. Okay. And there they have just made a copy of it. Now coming to these points, first of all, we can push it as I told you. We update the content, Google knows. And if anybody gives my reference to on their website, which is called backlinking, suppose we have a site called simpleon.com and I am sachin.com. So simpleon.com is more famous, have more traffic. Simpleon just given my link that for more SEO clarity, go to sachin.com. Now, when the simpleon.com was getting scanned, because it is more often scanned, it has more content, it has more pages. So sachin.com just got a route. So that crawler or just that scanner reached my page as well. So my page now got two permutations to get scanned. Either I keep updating content, I keep pushing it, Google would see it. Otherwise, people start giving my reference, and Google starts getting the reference and start getting towards me or my website. So that is the first part. Okay. Then comes storing. Why they make a copy of it? Once Google sees Sachin.com with 10 pages, Google want to ensure that before that ranking part comes, before that results start showing on Google wants to ensure that everything is authentic, everything is legit, and everything is clear. Very first. So if Google has just scanned my site on today, 18th January, 7 p.m., and ensure that okay, I can get the first page ranking, and in between 7 to 9 p.m. now, I have made any change which is not accepted by Google. So showing that live result can bring Google's, the whole branding and the way people trust on Google in that, kind of a bad shape or a bad frame. So Google don't want to get into that whole chaos. Google doesn't want to show any of the things which are not verified by us, by Google, not checked by Google, and any of the content, any of the links, whatever we put, Google checks it, keeps it, process it, and then show the ranking. The moment we again update anything on the site, Google again makes the copy of it, checks it, process it, and show the ranking again. Okay, this is the first reason why they do it. Second is because results being shown worldwide. Okay, I am setting Sachin.com with Delhi in Delhi. My server is in Delhi. Somebody searches from US or from Canada or Australia, anywhere. So what happens? What happens? The speed. Okay, because my server may be of a good quality, may could not be of a good quality. My server space could have issue. My router servers, whatever I'm relying on. But when the storing is done in the Google server, so we know it would be best. It would be best, and it would be located at the central place wherever Google can easily reach, easily takes the result and show as a rank or show as a result as quickly as possible. That's the only reason when we go on Google and search anything, we see millions of results within 1 second. Moreover, it never go over 1 second. We are able to see results so quickly, so many. Because Google doesn't have to go anywhere else on a third-party server or on Sachin server or on Simpleton server or Amazon server. It just goes on its own server because it has made a copy and saved there. Okay, so I know you are asking questions. I'll just going to take 10 minutes. All your questions will be answered. Do not worry. Maybe these questions will be answered the moment I'm going to explain you things in a better way. So now let's just see crawling. They are nothing. They are piece of engine software. They are named like robots, bots. They're shown as a spider in the shape because it's kind of an internet web. Web means millions of sites, and they are just trying to reach everywhere and trying to find the new content and what will get updated. So the name has come from there. So it is generally denoted by the crawlers or the spiders, but they are nothing. They are softwares, and they keep crawling every page on the internet. They keep scanning it. They keep trying to find what has been updated, what has not been updated. What I do, suppose my site is there and I have pages. So what they do, they'll go into simply learn, upgrade, maybe any other XYZ site, Amazon, and there is a Sachin site in between somewhere. And then this has given a link to this has given a link to this has given a link to this. And this is just going what? It is going and scanning the content. Scanning is just like the software knows something has been added to internet. Into the World Wide Web, something has been added. Now, because I pushed my site that, okay, you can start showing my site on Google. So Google sends the bot or just like a software. It goes and checks what has been updated. It's a travel blog, it's the fashion, it's the digital marketing, it's the e-commerce, and then accordingly it shows the results because it just categorized and indexed it, and it's just given the location in the database, and somebody searches any query, so the relevant query shows the relevant result. Okay, so now they follow the links around. That's the first part. Means it is not like I have to submit my domain and it's done. It is going to be scanned more often if I am getting more links from my source sites or my parent sites or my friend's site or from my any of the reference sites. So it will going to show more and more and more often because I'm getting links from people who may be more famous, maybe have more traffic, maybe more relevant as compared to my site as of now because I'm just a startup. And then it downloads every page information. They are quite sophisticated, so they can trap online, just like any of the blacklisted thing, any of the things which are not accepted by Google. So they will just going to, ignore them, and they should always have the access. So if I have 10 pages, so I have to give the access of all the 10 pages to be scanned or called. Otherwise, if any page is not given the access, so Google will not able to see, and Google will not able to show the result. Okay, so they always try to keep seeing everything, whatever we give. So I'm just going to take two things from here before I move ahead. This may be going to help you guys if you are a fresher. Excuse me. Okay. Now let's just consider, like suppose this is a internet web. Okay. And I am this red line. This is Sachin.com. Okay. This red line is Sachin, or maybe yellow is Sachin.com. Okay. And this all pink, red, purple, blue, orange, all the other colors are different websites. Maybe Simplilearn, maybe Upgrade, maybe Amazon, maybe Wix, maybe Speed Test, XYZ, Times of India. It could be anything. Now they are old, and they are having the site crawler and the scanner keeps happening. They have the rank because they are old. I just asked them that I have just made my site today. I have home page, I have about us page, I have blog page, and I have something digital marketing page. All these stations are my pages, my products, my services, could be anything. So can you just give a link on your site? That intersection means that red site has given a link to yellow site. Okay. Now, first of all, when I will push my site into the Google search console, when I will push to Google, so the scanner would come and going to just make the copy of everything, and we're going to save all the pages, and accordingly it will give a ranking. Maybe on the 70th page, 14th page, 12th page, in the starting, whatever the page, it would give me the ranking like it's done. And it will keep seeing every day whenever I update any content, whenever I push my content to be scanned or crawled. Second day I seen somebody from the Simplilearn, somebody from the Upgrade has just given me a link. Like now scanner is coming here, seeing the Simplilearn content, and suddenly at the intersection it came to know that there is a link of Sachin.com been given. So let me just see that link as well. Again, scanner is moving in the Upgrade. Again, Sachin.com link come. Again, Upgrade, Sachinlink.com. So from every source, especially from the reliable, from the older, the pages which are older than me at least. So when Google gets that authority, Google gets that reference, Google gets that source, then Google starts pushing my site towards the better ranking, because now Google starts trusting me more. It is just not like Sachin's content anymore. It's like it's been pushed by so many good websites as well, or maybe the older websites. It's not every time that it has to be a very older, renowned sites like Amazon and all. It could be any site which is older than me with a better ranking and better traffic. Okay, so this site, suppose, okay, this was the first thing. Second thing, suppose my page called Digital Marketing Course is very famous. Okay, and I just add one page called Data Analytics Course. Okay, so my site, Sachin.com Digital Marketing Course, my site, Sachin.com Data Analytics Course, but this is new, this is old, this has traffic. So when I go onto my site, when I just go onto my site, just like so this is suppose my site, and this is one page which belongs to me. Okay, this is very old, very new, or like very famous. And then in my content only, I have just given one more link of my other page, which is new. Suppose this is new page. Okay, so coming from the same website, blog.hubspot only. I am also this blog.hubspot.com only. No, this is not external. So when traffic from my domain A page moves to, when I clicked, moves to B page of my site only, that is called internal link. Okay, I again repeat myself. I am on the site with the HubSpot.com A page. Somebody is reading my content, same way the crawler at the background also scanning the content. So moreover, both of the cases, when they click on it, when they scan it, they reach to the B page of my site, which is a different page of my site only. So this kind of a link is called internal link. Understood? What is internal link? The moment when somebody comes and clicks, or even when the bot comes or when the crawler comes, clicks and reaches to the page of some other site. Okay, when somebody reaches to the page of some other site, that is called external link. I'll repeat if somebody is not able to understand. I'll repeat, no worries. But it's just like a simpler thing. When your different page from the same website, means blog.hubspot.com, bloghubspot.com, being linked from such linking or hyperlinking, then that link is called internal link. Okay, and when the traffic being pushed outside the HubSpot.com, Mackenzie is not the HubSpot, it's the outside site. So that link will be called external link. Okay, now I'll just ask you. Okay, I'll tell you why I brought you. Why I brought you to internal external. I'll just tell you, but need to understand what is internal external. So suppose if I have to just explain you internal link, Sachin.com/DM course is a page, and given link to Sachin.com SEO course. Maybe. Okay. So when my website gives links to my website only, but the page is different, then that link is called internal link. If you now got it, please type I. Everyone. Great. Thank you. And now when Sachin.com DM course gives link to Ahmed amazon.com/SEO strategies page. So this is called external link. Type E. Cool. So the reason why I just brought this explanation in between of the crawling, this page is older. Okay, this page is old, good traffic, good rank. Okay, this one. And this is new, no traffic, maybe very first day, no rank. Okay, so now what would happen? Because I have just given the link to my own site, it means that it's an internal link. And when my crawler, which was coming on the regular basis anyhow onto my older page, would get to know that I have just given a link of my other page, then this page gets the benefit. You guys with me? This page gets the benefit because it has just given the route to my page to the bot, to the software, because I have just told that okay, this page belongs to me, and you can see there is a link. There is a link of my page only, and you are just allowed to go and scan that page also and just give the ranking. The same way, somebody just reached me, like Ahmed reached me and told me, sir, I am starting something new, and as you already are old, you are already with the good traffic, you're already with the good rank. So can you please push my content also with giving a link on your site? So what I did, I just came and I given a link to ahmed.com, which is an external link. So whenever there is an intersection, so means Google knows that there is a site to be scanned. Sachin.com is giving the route towards that. Then other site is giving route towards that. Other site is giving route towards that. This site is giving towards a route towards that. So that's how the bot keeps moving from link to link. So why I have brought you to this? This is the explanation to just this particular point. They follow links around the web and download information from every page they reach. Okay, so this is how it all happens when it is talked about the follow link around. Why I'm not taking any question right now, because so let me take, because that is something which would come in the off-page strategies. I know all these questions. For external link, it's our choice. Yes, it's our choice. When HubSpot is mentioning about Facebook, it is helping itself, or Facebook, it is not helping anywhere from the SEO perspective. It is just like they are sharing their own social media icons. Okay. From the social media point of view, you don't get any direct help from the SEO. So when I'll do off-page strategies, I'll put more emphasis on all these things. How does intersections happens for the external connect? Because you have just given a link now. Suppose you are on your site, just see that metro was just to tell you how things are happening at the backend. So crawler is nothing, it's a software. He's moving on this side, moving on this side, moving on this side, moving on this side, just making the copy of your content, just storing everything, and then it will scan it later. So in the moment of the intersection, it just got to know that today Sachin has just given the link of the Ahmed. So he will just going to go and scan his content also, his pages also. Ahmed has just given the link to Arushi, and then Arushi has just given the link to Neha. So Neha has just given the link to Rahul. So this is how this keeps scanning and keeps knowing each other content being shared. So this is how this whole web works like. Is it more clear, everyone, now? Is it more clear, everyone? So it keeps following your own links as well, so that it knows that you have also added a new page to your content. And when you give any link or when you receive any link, so it knows that it is coming from that perspective, that they can always scan the content outside your website as well. Okay. Now when we go to the site, again the same, the PDF. I'm going to give you the screenshot as I promised. I'm not taking three things right now. It will come tomorrow. the sitemap and robot. Sitemap will come after this, not the. So I'll just give you the scan. So this is the main site where we'll work how to submit the site on Google and how to push it for a scanning. So we'll do the live after a page is made. After our website is made, our page is made, then we'll push it to Google. Okay, robot and sitemap I'll take after these 4 steps are done. So we're talking about these 4 steps right now. Crawling, storing, process, ranking. So we just seen crawling. I'm just going to go for the next point, which is storing. So storing is what? We have just seen it copies of websites which stored on the search engine servers. There are big servers around the world. You can access these copies from cache. I've already shown you from where these copies can be seen. Search engine returns result from their copies of website instead of live website. So see, nowhere it has written that why they does it. But if we just emphasize on this word, their algorithm use these copies instead of relying on the live sites. Then I think it speaks clearly that they make copy because they want to show something which is very clear, which is very legit, which is very authentic. And also from the technical point of view. No matter it's the content quality, no matter it's the speed. So both of the points which I've told you, so this words defines it very well, indirectly. That's why they make a copy, they check it thoroughly, and then they show the result. And they always want to show the result faster, so they rely more on their server, onto their more, copies of the result they have made rather than showing from the live server. Search engine crawls website from different locations, therefore search results may be varied. So that's why if I go today and I type digital marketing course, then I'll see different results. You can always test this point. So if I just go on Google, I'm just going to give you this into your chat. You can just copy paste maybe. Keep your questions copied somewhere so that you can know. But have questions time already? Please confirm. See, you don't have to be impatient. When the topic is done, I'll take all the questions. You can keep it anywhere in the notepad. Because what happens when this whole topic is done, maybe you will get the answer anyhow. Please confirm if these links are also called inbound, outbound. Yes, inbound is not this one. Inbound is the link which is coming from the other links, which is called backlink moreover in the SEO world. And the outbound link is the external link. So in your notes, I can write at least for this. So this is also called outbound link. Okay. I've given this keyword so that you can just see what I'm telling from what exactly this presentation is telling you. That I see a result maybe in the SEO perspective as well. If you just go of learning digital, Udemy, tech stack, simply learn, and if you would see, so you would see a result gets varies from the location of user. Okay, that's showing you result from your own locations. So that's any server which is near to you, and they know that the institute is near to your place, so they have segmented in this way. Okay, they have segmented in this way. And then this is the most important part, which is basically all is happening. So all this magic is happening behind the scene. It is not visible to us, but this is the most important and the complex phase, because it happens in these sub phases, but it is the only phase where Google or any search engine analyzes on what basis the results being given. They analyze factors. What are these factors? How many inbound links we are getting, from where the links we are getting, who is referring us, to whom we are referring, to whom we are sending the traffic. Now this word is such a big word. If you talk about the structure, it will have your domain, it will have your security layer, it will have your speed, it will have your content navigation bar, it would have the white spaces, it would have the content quality, the plagiarism, you're not copying content from anyone, your image quality, your video. So everything from content structure and website data covers everything, from the on-page point of view or on the site, whatever you have. So these 2 points are given the most emphasis. If you talk about the recent updates, so on page means whatever is on the website been given 70% of the authority, 70% of the weightage been given to the content quality. Now content is the most important and the most significant factor which decides the SEO. So if your content is latest, if your content is new, if it is unique, if it is not copied, and if it is having all those links and the way Google likes it, then you have a very good chance to get ranks. Okay, it does this to find the best information on the internet for a given search query. So these four, I'll give you the screenshots anyhow. So these four factors covers everything from the macro point of view, that how the processing is happening. So how many links you need to give, I'll tell you. How many words you should put, I'll tell you. How many keywords you should put, how the keyword should be researched, I'll tell you. So all these things practically after this finishes starts. And then what your data quantity should be, what like the white spaces I talked yesterday, what is the speed and of the your server can be maintained, how these errors can be ignored. So everything will cover these 4 points, and eventually you would see we are working as per the algorithm. So when I started this topic, I told you this is nothing that directly can be controlled, but if indirectly we are able to do whatever Google is expecting, then SEO is going good. Okay, so these 4 points are very important, and then accordingly the ranking be shown, from the relevance point of view, from the location point of view. Okay, you can also understand algorithm just like formula. You can say formula. It's a search engine formula at the background being created that it analyzes. It's just not like somebody sitting there and seeing that on Simply Learn and on Amazon how many links are there, what is the content. It's a formula being created, it's the algorithm being created that it scans the content and then just keeps seeing what is right, what is wrong, and accordingly gives the points. And giving the points then brings the ranking up or takes it down. Okay. When it comes to, I'll give you one video to watch right away. Just let me finish, and then I'll update your notes also meanwhile. If still you have not, if you're not understood now, so I'll just take an example of a library because the indexing word just brought me to that point. It is a big library in the town, so you can just start from the crawling point of view, the scanning. Somebody is just giving a new book to put into the library. So of course the librarian or the manager, whoever takes care of it, going to scan it. Going to take care of it, that where it should go, where is it allowed to be put it on or not, is it having something which should not put in a library. So accordingly it will just going to take it and store it. That's the second point. When the storing is happening, it is like the position or the place it has to be put it up, okay, where it has just saved, so that when somebody comes to find it, so they know where it has been kept. When they have put it up into the rack of S12, maybe just a random name, S12 rack, so they have just got that S12 written in their index. Okay, we know index. Index is like in the starting of the book being given, that's the index page, so that we can find any of the pages, from very easily. So that index knows S12 belongs to Sachin Sehgal blogs. That's the library, the librarian would have done. And the same way, when somebody comes, it is very easy to, find that, search that, or either tell them that please go into that rack and you will going to find that book. I hope that made sense. I don't know if I've taken the vague example, but it has really, if it has helped you, so that made my day actually. So that's how this whole process is actually working at the back end. Meanwhile, I'm just going to share one video with you guys, and I'll update your notes so that we are not wasting time. So please watch this video right away so that you can get the better hand on whatever I've explained you. Just give me a moment. I'm going to give you, and I'm going to write your notes meanwhile. Everybody has to watch it right now. I'm giving a link. Please watch it right now in the chat. Great, great, cool. Was it helpful somewhere, guys? Okay. So you would have got the better understanding now. Yeah. So whatever we have discussed, so I just thought to share so that you guys just can see right away and you can get a better understanding of what you know we have just discussed in this last half an hour. Cool. Okay. So before we move to the next topic, of course, after the break only we'll start, but in between these 10 minutes, we're going to do things somewhere from the content part and how the how practically we would able to do this course. We have to do some homework today. Okay. So firstly, I'll just show you what I've updated. So I've updated your notes, whatever I told you. I've just written also a link of a different page from the website, link of some other website that's external. I've given the screenshot of the important pages so that you don't have to go and see the whole PDF. Okay, this is how the mechanism works. What is the crawling like? The crawling steps, whatever I've explained you, I've already seen the video as well. Then the storing, and then the processing and indexing, I did, just highlighted the part which is the most important. That you should know that the factors like these are very important. Okay. And then according to the ranking, and also given the video link here as well, so that if you want to watch the video again, you know that from where the video has come. Okay, that's the first part. Secondly, if you also want to download that PDF in your LMS only, you will going to find it in the self-learning. Don't do it right now. I again request you. So you can just go at the bottom and you can download from here. Okay. So your PDFs, if you would see, they are divided. So if you were just going to download all and total the number of pages or sum them, sum them up, so it will going to come to 2000 page only. And if you're just going to sum them up, it is just going to come approximately the same number of pages, just divided by the course wise. So that's why you have to just download every time if you want to read something. Generally, I don't do a lot of PPT. From today only, you would see that we are doing things practically. But from the self-learning, it's always good that you are parallelly reading stuff also. So that's why I just told you from where you can get this content to read whenever you are free. You can do it. Okay, now coming to the homework and the classwork. So we're going to do everything practically on the WordPress as I told you. So I will use the client site, which has basically been given for designing and I'm still working on it. It is like it has just been stuck because of some XYZ reasons, COVID and all. So I'm using it for the demo purposes. I'll show you other sites also I have made on the WordPress, but that's a different story. But yeah, so we'll do practical on WordPress and I'll make the pages, I'll do the SEO and I'll going to submit the site. The page will make in the class to Google and we're going to analyze everything, whatever we are doing. Okay, so this is the WordPress dashboard. If anybody doesn't know what it is, so it helps us to create a site like this. So this is a site which you see from front end. Okay. So this is a site which you see from the front end. Anybody goes on any site, so the site looks like this. Okay, in a very simple format. Okay. But if I have to make any change to the site, suppose I have to add any page here, I have to change any photo, I have to change any video. So I should be the admin of that page. So for that reason, I have to have the access of the dashboard like this. Okay, so if anybody was not having any knowledge about this, I think you would have got the overview that every page has a backend, no matter where the website is created. So if I have to do the SEO of the page, so I have to have the backend, and then for any of the page I have to do the SEO, I have to go to the pages and do the SEO. So we'll do that live, not today, but we'll do in this week only. Secondly, because not everybody can afford, not afford, I would say, it's like, you have to pay something for the domain, you have to pay something for, for the hosting. Yeah, all the sites have dashboard. So that's why what I do, I also give the demo on the free platform, which is the main work you have to do. It is the Google's Blogger account. I think everybody must have, heard of it, Blogger. And you can just go and, sorry, not about me, login. I'll give you the link, do not worry. So you have to make your account on the Blogger. Now Blogger, because it's a free account, of course the free account, so the look will not be a very good. I'll just show you how the look would be. It will not be like a professional site, we can make on a WordPress, but for the practice reasons, it's good. For the practice reason, it's enough. I'll tell you step by step what exactly you need to do. So your site on Blogger would something be like this, look like something like this, which is a free site. Of course, you will have to have the blogspot domain with it because you're not buying anything, and then you can make such blogs here. Okay, I have just made all this in the SEO demo classes. So I will be making one more in your class, and you will also be able to make something like this in the class only, in free. Okay, so the homework goes like you have to just make your account in Blogger. I'm just going to give you the credentials in your. I'm not able to get that link, which is easily takes you to the sign up page. Let me just take it from here. So you can make it right now. You want to make it later? It's up to you. Please, you can just go and do that. If you do not have a professional site to work on, so you can work on any of the friend site, you can work on any of the company site, you can work on any of the WordPress, Shopify, Wix, whatever you have created. You don't have to do this homework again, but this is especially for the people who doesn't have anything. And this easily can be ignored also. It is not mandate from Simple Inside. I'll repeat my words. It is not something from Simple Inside. Why? Because directly in the project on being given by Simple that if you do not have the I don't know where that's gone. The projects we were seeing yesterday. I'm just going to bring they are just changing few things in my case also. I'm not able to find anything. You have account, that's fine. See, I think they're making some changes to the backend. Just like right now, I was having assessment, it's gone. So no worries. So what I was trying to show you is that in the project also there is a requirement, but it's written directly that you don't have to always have the website. You can always use any of the screenshot from Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram for the analytics. So it's not mandate that you have to do this homework, but why I ask you guys to do so that parallelly you can do things practically with me. Okay, so the steps is like somebody was asking about the steps. I'm just going to go into the incognito mode. So you're going to just put this one, okay, https blogger.com about. You're going to enter it. I'm going to sign in on create a blog, anything. Create your blog, suppose. It will ask your email ID. Just give your email ID. Give your password. Of course, it will just going to verify it again. I'm just using incognito, that's why. And after that, it will ask you what exactly you want to make. Suppose I want to make digital Sachin blogs. That's the name I want to give. Okay. So after that, what it would show in your case, because mine already created, in your case, it will show something like this. Choose a name for your blog. Okay. So I want to make digital Sachin. And sorry, you're asking what a proper no worries, Arjun. I think that will also come. For WordPress, see, I will give you the video on a Friday. You can watch that. It will give you the handout on the hosting domain to buy. And then the dashboard and download everything will be there. Okay, that's a long process to do. Okay, that comes with some buy and all. You have to go and buy from the professional platforms. So that's what we cannot do in the class. But of course, I'll give you the reference to watch. So suppose this is the name I want to give. This is the name been given. And then what I want to show as an address. So I'll show the address like this. Digital. I've given the responsibility to someone yesterday only. They will remind me and then I'll give you on Friday. I just need to change the name because I think that names exists. 111, something like this. So the address is available now. Okay. So when I push it, so that will going to give me the dashboard to work on. So now I have a site with name Digital Sachin. I just need to go and create posts and do the SEO. And in the front end, it will look like this. Clear, everyone? Can I get a quick see? What is the homework like? What do you have to do today at after the class? So that when we'll start practically, you are ready with this platform at least if you do not have a professional site to work. Okay. Second thing which can be used. Domain name. Yes. Please go with the same name, and you just need to buy the hosting and download the WordPress if you want to go for the WordPress. Okay. Shreyash, I just got your half a question. To create a blog. Just write something else, please, if it was missed earlier. So, sir, on this, I can work professionally as well for my work. See, Ekta, it will not going to give a very professional look when it comes to the free site called Blogspot. If you want to work professionally, because Shreya has asked me, so I'll just show you a few things. So if you talk about WordPress, where you can just buy the domain from GoDaddy and hosting from HostGator or any XYZ, then you are able to create, you can create a blog for homework, yes. Not today, but tomorrow I'll give you, or maybe day after when we'll start with the practical. Tomorrow we'll do keyword research, moreover. So tomorrow, day after we'll able to make the first page, first blog and do the SEO in the class. Then you can do parallelly in the class or maybe after the class on the blogger. Okay. So if you really learn and if you really get into the WordPress, then there is no looking back. You can make beautiful sites. That's why I'll give you the video on Friday too, so that you can learn something extra to make money and get also hand on the SEO so that you can work for clients in the future. So all these sites are created by me. This is a very recent one I did. I'm just showing you. And we are doing the SEO and paid ads also. We're starting. It's a site from the Ireland, one of my students. So of the abstract art. So this has all been made on WordPress, all the cookie settings and all the plugins. So yeah, this is not a web designing class, of course. So we're not going to go deep, but I'm going to give you the video so that you can learn a lot from them. And then you have to practice a lot, of course. Okay. So this is how professional site can be made. Okay, these sites. Just like I'm giving a gist of it. Not every site I can show you, but still, then you can have something like this also. I think this guy is not using it anymore, and maybe you can use Caesar site as well. It's our real estate site with everything. Everything will come, Srinivasan. I'll tell you with the best of the plugins that you will be able to do everything in the WordPress. And for the blogger also, I'll tell you how you can check them with this small, technical part. You will be able to see. Okay. So this was just to give you the overview that if you want to go for a WordPress, you can do it. Or otherwise, if you just want to go for practice and free, just like this site, then you can just make an account like I have just made in the class in front of you. Okay. Now comes the second thing before we take a break. You need to be ready with some content also. Okay. Content ideas. Okay. Abhishek, I've repeatedly been saying that I'll be giving you a video on Friday that will give you a lot of hand-on. Plus, when I will make the site in the class, I will make the page in the class, then you will learn a lot of things live as well. But I cannot teach 100% website making here. So that's why whatever I'll tell you, that will be an advantage because I'm doing things practically as I told you. Plus, the videos would help you A to Z, at least A to middle of the websites making in your one video only, and then you will able to learn a lot just by doing practice. I learned the same way. So on the Friday evening, when you go for a weekend, I'll give you. Yeah, I think I've been repeating this thing since yesterday, but no worries. But now this is the last time I'm telling you that I'm going to give you the links on Friday, and also I'll be doing in the class, I'll be making pages, I'll be doing designing, I'll be putting the content. WordPress and Blogger both from me. Okay, coming to the ideas. The very important thing when we start making the content is we should know that from where we can get the good content ideas, okay, or good references, or maybe good images, good videos, and XYZ. So the very first thing you should be ready with is the titles. Okay, titles means what you will going to write, what would be your content, how it would be started, what would be your headers, what would be your subtopics, subheaders. So how you can do this? There are sites I'm going to give you. The very first site I'm going to give you is the best in the business, is Answer the Public. I don't know how many of you are aware of it, or if you know, that's okay. If you don't know, so I'm going to give you this in your notes right away. I'm giving you, so you can just go and do this. Not now, all this going as a homework, and you just need to type. Suppose I plan to write something, a content maybe on Maldives travel. Okay, Maldives travel search. Randomly, whatever came in my mind, I just written. So now I'm out of ideas. I come to answerthepublic.com, the page, the site I'm just showing you. And before doing the SEO, of course, I should have a page, and page should have a content. So this will give me such ideas that when to travel Maldives, why is Maldives a good holiday destination, is it safe to travel to Maldives now, how to travel Maldives from Pakistan, Chennai, Bangalore, Kerala, Mumbai, India, can I travel to Maldives with UK travel document? So all these ideas can be taken from here, and you can just use any of the combination and permutations, just like I used Maldives travel. And these links, all these results can be downloaded in the CSV. From this top corner, you can just download all this like this. Download, desktop, save, and you would see that you have everything here. Everyone with me? Got the process? How you would able to get the ideas for your content? Because when we start thinking to make a content, the very first thing we are stuck on and paused on, like, what should I name it? What should I give a name to my content? How I should start? So once you start getting the ideas, you can just think of having this all in your mind, and then you can start making. Of course, you're going to see all the technical part of it, that should we use this, or should we use it from the SEO perspective, which one is good to use, which one going to get me the better ranking quickly. So all this will come, and we'll do the keyword research tomorrow only. But at least you should be ready with such ideas first, and then we'll decide which one to use, which one not to use. So that's why this is the first platform you can go for. Second platform is a bit generic, anything, but this doesn't give you the research or search anything of like monthly searches competition. For that, we'll be using the tools tomorrow. So now this is also one of the beautiful tools. Tweak your best, but this is more generic. So whatever you will type here, it will just going to give the results every time more or less same. It's just going to change the keyword. Suppose if I write Maldives travel and you write digital marketing, so the title would remain same, only the main focus keyword will be changed. Just like in this case, it says apply these 5 secret techniques to improve Maldives travel. So which is so irrelevant, of course. If this would have been on digital marketing, of course that would have made sense. But still you would get a lot of ideas from here. Still, because there are too many. It is not like Answer the Public. There are too many. So from here still you would be able to get a lot of ideas, and you can just make of your own as well. Just like suppose if I just go here, if I'm not getting anything direct, so I just need to see 70 quotes on Maldives travel, ways to buy, lesson about A to Z of Maldives travel. Suppose this is a good one. Ultimate guide if you're traveling to Maldives travel. So just a bit tweak made, and I was able to get an idea from here. Okay, so this is also one of the very good tool where you can get the ideas, at least from the keyword or title point of view, for titles and subtitles. At least for these two, it is very good. After that, images is the most used thing and most seen part of the page, where people do get engaged a lot. So first of all, I'll tell you where people make mistake, then I'll tell you where you will not going to make it. So suppose I am writing about Maldives travel, so I need help from the content in the image format too. I will be very general. What people do, the very first mistake they do is they come here and they download the image, save image, maybe on the desktop like this. And then if I show you, so can I use such a quality image on my website anywhere? No or yes? So that's the very first mistake I made. First of all, what I just did, I just actually downloaded a thumbnail. And people make such a mistake that they are going to download all 10, and later they will realize that they have not downloaded the image. They would have, or they should have clicked this, allowed this to be completely loaded, and save image from here. And then see. You guys with me? You guys with me? So that is the first difference when you download anything from Google without opening and when you do it after opening. Now, can I just download any image from here? That's the first question. No. So the answer is no. Why? Because there could be a copyright problem. Okay, copyright problem. So Nishant, you have to always come into Google, search something, go into tools, usage rights, and click Creative Commons licenses. Okay, I'm going to give you these steps. Do not worry. But what does leaves me with? It leaves me with all those images which are free to use, which are not going to bring me into any of the legal issues basically. If I just go onto this flickr.com, Pixabay or MaxPixel, so any of these sites where I just open this, so these sites are actually uploading images for me and you. So these images can be downloaded just like going here, again save image as, and use it. Okay, so the steps I'm just going to give if anybody has missed it. So you just need to go search something and go into tool. So that's the first point. Then you go tool, then you go to the, okay, that is something which you need to find basically. That's the first source basically you get from Google filter. And other than that, you can always go and download from pixabay.com directly. You can go and directly go for the Unsplash. These are sites, you can just go and directly get your pictures. You can go for Pexels. You can go for free pick. So there are many. I'm just putting few, and moreover, you will be able to find a lot of here itself. So just put a filter and then start downloading. So at least you know that what is the homework like today before you go for a break. You have to at least have the account, and then you need to start gathering the ideas for you, so that when you start working, then you are not sitting blind, and you have everything in your place. And then of course you can be ready with the images too. Okay, so this is what the homeworks go like. And now after the break will come and we'll go for the second important point after mechanism, which is the point we missed here purposely at that time, which is sitemaps. Okay, we're going to do sitemaps after this, after the break. Okay, I'm just going to give you the poll, and in between, if you have anything to discuss, you can ask me. I hope you had a good 1 hour and extra, 1.5 hour session. You learned something as of now. Okay. So you have a poll to give for the speed and all. You know the process you did yesterday as well. Then we'll go for a 10 minutes break. Okay. Request you to please show once again how can we see the replica copy is there on Google once we do. Yes, Bharti. So when you go on Google and when you see any of the results which are coming from the SEO, then you can just go and click those three dots. Right now you might be having a patch, so just let me just make it smaller. I don't know if it will be reduced in the size at your end, but yeah. So you can just go on Google and maybe I'm on the same keyword. I'm not changing the keyword. So there is a SEO result. Could be anything, travel advice, travel into Maldives, So I'm just going to see the SEO result only. It's not an ad. And I'm just going to click this three dots, and then this leaves me, where I can just see wherever the cache settings been given. In here it is not showing. We have to check where it has been given. So yeah, so we can see for this travel state, and then here we can just click the cached, and there it is going to take us to the page where it will tell me that it has actually been scanned or crawled on 17 January 0051 for it. Okay, so that's where we can see this. Yep. I'm just closing the poll and then we'll go for a break, guys. Yes, Tanisha, you can make it. Any sort of website can be made on the WordPress. Yes, you can make it. Just like I shown you, that was also made on the WordPress, but that took time, that took time because they have many pages and a lot of functionalities there. So that requires time. Should we be on it completely depends on the nature of the site. People do put content on weekly, monthly, and maybe daily basis as well. So the more often you put the content, more often you push your content. So there is a chance that your website will be crawled more often. Because website, the Google checks that how often the website is being updated in the past. So whoever is updating the content more often, putting new content more often, so Google cannot just miss the new content to show. So it will going to come more often. But Google has been seeing the site has been updated only once in a year or 6 months time. They just put something new. So Google will going to take maybe a gap of 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That this is the same answer which I was given, Shraddha. That if it's a new site, they have a different category altogether. So they've been updated more often, they've been crawled more often, they've been scanned more often, and their SEO team always ensures, which I'll teach you practically, that whenever they put any content, any page, any post, they push the site manually too, so that they don't wait the Google to just come. They just put the processing request and the crawling request manually, which we'll do in the class when we're going to submit our site to Google. So we're going to submit our site to Google manually also, and automatically also. We'll see how that's happening. Can we conclude on Google? There is no. Yes. It's been taken from the Google's presentations only, Google's guidelines only. There is no live data. It's all coming from the copies. Yes, we can do that. I told you at that time. So we'll be doing it. Yeah. I'm just starting it. I'm just saving your poll. Somebody just started to ask questions. I was answering. I'm just going to save this poll once. Just give me 2 seconds. It's done. And now I'm just going to open the timer and we're going to meet in 10 minutes. Okay. Chalo, I'll see you in 10. I'll mute myself. Thank you guys. Bye. So from SEO point of view, this is all from the content ideas. I will keep giving you in between whenever it is required. Right now, I just want to, I used to start, collating something. That's why I just introduced a few things. Now, whenever it comes to the SEO mechanism and SEO, requirements. So of course, we need to understand the processing. We have seen at the backend it works, and more than that, we should have a site. We should have a content. We have just seen few things. And thirdly, when it is about the SEO, then there are two files. Especially this file is so important that without this, the SEO is quite impossible. Okay, we cannot say that SEO can be done if there is no XML sitemap. So it's a kind of a file you can understand. Just like we have doc file, we have a PDF file, we have a PPT file. So same way it is also XML file. Okay, it's a language basically, but just like to understand it's XML file. So this is called what is XML sitemaps basically. Okay, you maybe get an understanding, and I'll show you for the other sites how that looks like. Okay, in a simple terms, it's a list of your website or website's URL. Is there anyone who doesn't know what is a URL? Is it okay if you can be transparent? Okay, everybody knows it. Good. Okay, sure. So every page address, no matter what the site is, e-commerce site, service site, education site. So every site has an address. Okay, this site has an address. This site has an address. This site has an address. If this site is having multiple pages, so every address will be changed. This is what I'm explaining now. So the page addresses are called URL basically. Okay. So these are the resource locators, the unique ones. So in a simplified terms, you can tell them URL or a page address or a link, permalinks. So many names can be given, but generally it's a page address. It's a web address. Yeah, it's a page address. For every page on this website, there will be a different address altogether. Okay, different address together. So if I just start with my site demo right away, this site has page called home, about us, laser, and hair treatment, tattoo, gallery, so many pages I have. So if I'll submit to Google my site that, okay, whoever comes to search engine and searches about the laser or searches about the hair fall, then please show my result on Google. Of course, that's my intention, that's my objective. So Google will only able to show the result if the location of my page being given properly to Google. Okay, now what is the location of my page? So if I go and open this one, so this is a address of scar page, and if I go and open this, so this is the address of hair fall page. So this is the address of Sachin, this is the address of maybe anyone from the class Amit. Okay, I don't know if Amit is there or not. So how Google would know where the results lies? If somebody is searching from hair treatment or somebody searching from the scar treatment, so it should know the location. Okay, the address or the list of the addresses, so that it's easier to find. So that's where we make our XML file. We as a website owners who are doing SEO, we ensure that our XML file is created. What is the XML file? It's the list of my all the website addresses. Till here, everyone clear? It's a list of all my website addresses. Okay. Now, just for an example, I've shown you. Now, if I just going to open my site, and if I just going to, just something which can hurt the site or affect the site, it's just easy anymore. The file has been converted into the online education. So they also just like a random how to travel Dubai from India. Okay, just checking recently for them. So just strike my mind that I should show you at least two examples. I shown you one from Amazon, the XML format. I'll show you from Blogger point also. Even if you are making your Blogger site now, see, we also have the XML file. Even when you are making a Blogger site, the way you will be making in the class I told you. So Google cannot crawl you unless you have the XML. So if this is my site, if it has all these pages, So Google would only able to see my page location and show the result on Google if the sitemap .xml been created and submitted to Google. You guys with me? All the examples, I've shown you WordPress, I've shown you the site from coding like Myntra, Amazon, Dell and all, and now this is Blogger also, everywhere. Now, the point of view that how it will be done. So now this was what it is. Now comes how, what and how, there is a difference. So this is what you are able to see. See, Shiraz, your question was just 1 second early. I was about to tell how it is created. So now if you start working on your, suppose on this file, okay, on this particular company, with suppose the name of the company is digitalsachin.com. So right now it has no page in here. So if I just go and put the sitemap.xml and if I just put enter, so this is different from there. It doesn't have a pages. So suppose I go and make a very first page, just like a random how to travel Dubai from India. Okay, nothing like just I'm not putting any mind to it, and I'm not putting any content either. Just like I'm giving a content like a title right now. What has happened? My one blog has just been published. Okay, the one blog has been published. So what I did as a blogger, website developer, did I done anything technical as of now? I just did what? I put it up my content and I published it. You guys with me on this? I did not do anything technical from the XML point of view. I just did the content. And now if I go and refresh my site, if I just refresh my Srinivasan, don't go so technically. Maybe I'm just trying to explain XML, you went to H1. Please be with me. I'm going step by step now. People doesn't know XML, how they would understand H1. I'm trying to explain that I just came here, made my content. The content is on the front view, can be seen. And if I just going to refresh this, I've not done anything technical, but my XML file got updated automatically, and the blog which I just added, product just added, service just added, got the location. You guys with me? You guys with me? What I just explained you? So that's the first thing you understood right now from the blogger point of view. The same thing if we go on the WordPress. So now you start learning WordPress with me as well. On the WordPress, when we need anything extra, I'll repeat myself. With the WordPress, few things come free. Like you can add post, you can add media, you can add page. Anything you want to do, you can do for free. Or maybe, default it comes. But now Sachin has just created a page called Hair Fall Therapy, and somebody told him, Sachin, please go and do the SEO of it. Okay, I'll do it. Now for the SEO, there is something which extra need to be done by the developer like me. But I just know WordPress basics. So what I would do, I'll take a help of the plugin. So plugin is just like an app in your phones or any extra software you put so that it can help you. So if I go into the plugins, as I told you in between, I'll keep teaching you WordPress also. So plugins, add new. I know that what I want to do, I want to get a help from the SEO, for the SEO. I'll put a keyword like SEO and it's going to throw me all the softwares which can help me in SEO. Like, you can improve your SEO, you can improve your SEO, you can improve your SEO. So what I did, I just downloaded this plugin or a software. I can download this one, anyone, but I trust Yoast a lot. I use Yoast a lot. So I just got it and then it is got downloaded into my system, into my dashboard. I'll repeat everything. I came, downloaded dashboard, start making my pages, everything, and now somebody told me do SEO. For the SEO help, I just got into the plugins and downloaded Yoast. Clear till here? This is not to be learned anyhow, but still we are just doing something extra because that will be taken care by the developer. But if you do tomorrow, so you should know. Okay. Now, the moment I get into the Yoast tab, so everything related to the SEO will be here. And of course, when we talk about the sitemap, it is coming from the Yoast, coming from the SEO perspective. It is not coming from the social media point of view. It is not coming from the email point of view or a marketing point of view. It is coming directly from the Yoast point of view. So when I touch the Yoast, way I've just explained you have to do it. And then I'll tell you the main part, how this file will be submitted to Google. Right now, we are just trying to understand what is XML and how it is created. But the most important part is this file is created, but Google should know it, na? So we have to submit it to Google as well. So when we'll integrate our site to Google, push our site to Google for crawling and indexing and searching and scanning, then we have to submit this. Otherwise, Google would not know that where our pages are located. Okay. Other than this, people do ask that, sir, if I start working with any company which is not having a site on a WordPress, then what to do? Okay, that can be the question anyone can think of. And if my developer doesn't know anything about the XML, suppose, then he would waste time. So where I should go, what I should do. Okay, so for that reason, I'm giving you some extra gyan that you just go on a site called XML sitemap generator. I'll give you everything in the notes. Please do not type anything. Okay, so this becomes bit now, third role. If you're working for any company and the website is made out of WordPress, so it's an XML file on which web page is available and where it's located. When you're doing for the WordPress, you use Yoast. Then you go under the general settings, features, all the steps been given. Okay, we have seen one of the files here when we were talking about XML.